Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to this reading. We are starting with Journey by Moonlight and Believe in Magic. And I already know this is going to be a magical reading because right before I turned the camera on, I saw an enormous hawk fly right in front of my window, which is right in front of me as I'm filming. So hawks might be a sign for you, or they may be a sign for you in the coming days. But we're also starting with these interesting beings on this card here. We have just like these magical beings. We have a fairy, a little elf, and like a pan. So just a really like playful, magical energy. So we're going to pull some tarot and see what this is all about. So I'm just using the Radiant Rider-Waite, or not the Radiant, but the traditional Rider-Waite cards. And we have the Nine of Cups on the bottom. So the Nine of Cups are about wish fulfillment, a wish come true, just happiness and like deep personal fulfillment and happiness. So let's see, I'm going to pull 3 rows of 3 and see what message Spirit wants to bring you through this. Okay, we're getting the 3 of Cups, and this feels like the 3 beings on this card right here, right? We've got 3 there, and these 3 cups. The 3 of Cups are about celebration and just having fun and letting your hair down. Believe in magic. Yeah, it's just like, this feels kind of like I'm seeing like maiden mother crone energy, like dancing under the moonlight, like divine feminine. And we've got, of course, this beautiful big moon here, and it says moonlight. So there's some kind of like magical energy, maybe joining with some friends, and this doesn't have to be for just women only, but just getting together with people that lift you up and that lift your spirits. I'm seeing that hawk outside my window again, just lifting your spirits, and people that lift you up and make you feel really, really good inside. And that's only the first card that we're getting. I'm feeling that very strongly. Right before this video also, I had sort of a personal incident with someone that's very difficult in my family, and I feel like this is a message for me too, just to kind of surround yourself with people that lift you up and don't focus so much on people that bring you down. So there's definitely a little message there coming through. Okay, let's get some more here. Just saw the King of Wands. Okay, the Knight of Swords. Okay, this is an energy of, it can be like a knight in shining armor, like coming to your rescue. It can also be a card of like determination and like forward movement action. So let's get a little bit more. That's too many. No, the cards are excited. I'm really feeling like a very ramped up kind of energy, high vibrational energy, and the King of Cups. Wow, so this is coming out with the 3 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Cups. So you may have somebody coming into your life that is this King of Cups. It's kind of coming to your rescue. Somebody that is very loving and compassionate, but they're also very calm. They're very rooted in like solidity. Like, how do I want to say it? Their emotions and their, you know, emotional energy is more centered and grounded. So they're like sitting in the stormy waves, but they're very calm. Calm is the word I'm looking for there. They're very calm. I feel like I need to get myself calmed down in this energy, because I'm really feeling like this Knight of Swords, a little bit like scattered, and this fast energy. So let's see. The King of Cups. Okay, now we're getting the King of Pentacles. Okay, let's pull this second row here. Like following your heart. I feel like with this Knight of Swords and that King of Cups, the King of Cups can be about following your heart and just like being really determined, like cutting out the crap. It's not exactly what I heard, but something like that. And being like really determined to not let anything stop this feeling of just enjoying life and focusing on the abundance and the good people that are around you. Okay, so now the second row here, we're getting the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is very grounded also. stable, secure, very good with money. Okay, Nine of Wands. It's a card of perseverance. Working on something for a really long time. Okay, and then we're getting the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. So this row is the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, this is a very interesting message here. I mean, the King and Queen of Pentacles can be counterparts, divine counterparts. The King of Pentacles would be very good with money, very resourceful, where the Queen of Pentacles might be like the opposite of that. There's some kind of energy here. This can also have to do with boundaries and sometimes having a wall up. Okay, let me get 3 more so I can get a full picture of what this is about. Okay, Five of Cups. So this is a card of disappointment, loss, grief. And the Five of Cups is coming in like the column. So I do like 3 rows of 3, right? So we have like 9 cards. And in the first row going down, it's 3 of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups. And you can just see here, he's got the 3 spilled cups, but then there's the 3 cups upright here. It's like, don't focus on like what you've lost. Focus again, this is this message of the people that maybe have disappointed you, and that's just coming through that way because of what happened right before this reading, for me personally, which is always a connection to the reading. They're definitely connected. Like there's a message in that for you to focus on these people again that support you, that lift you up. Okay. Okay, and we're getting the Lovers reversed. And the Lovers reversed can talk about like a relationship that's gone out of balance. And we have that King and Queen of Pentacles with the one reversed, the Queen of Pentacles being reversed. And it's like you've endured something in a relationship for a long time. And I feel like this Queen of Pentacles, okay, this is the message I'm getting here. The Queen of Pentacles is reversed because this energy, male or female, is someone who overgives and is always making excuses for another, or who's just, you know, been putting up with something for a very long time. And this King of Pentacles, he's actually coming across as very smug to me. And this is not usually how I read the King of Pentacles, but in this reading, it's like this Queen is neglecting her needs for this King of Pentacles, putting that King of Pentacles needs above hers. And you may have somebody in your life like this King of Cups who is coming in, right? This is like a knight in shining armor, and it's not like they're coming in to rescue you like she needs rescuing. You know, this person here does not need rescuing, but it's just somebody that comes in with a lot of love and a lot of emotional maturity to say, you know what, cut out, you know, these people, these situations that bring you down, and focus on the good love and support that you do have in your life, and don't neglect yourself. We'll get some more cards here, but there's something here with this Queen of Pentacles being this like overgiver, not doing that so much. Let me get one more here. Let me get the final 9th card, and then we'll kind of see how this ties in with that believe in magic. I think that's just a simple message of having fun, enjoying life. And here's 4 of Wands, celebration. Yeah, don't let the relationships that disappoint you, this is a really simple, basic message. Don't let the relationships that disappoint you cause you to focus too much on that. Look at what you have behind you, right? Metaphorically speaking, these cups that are upright are the people and the things that do fill up your cup. Spirit saying focus on that. Yeah. So this Four of Wands, it's celebration, it's community. It's like looking outside of your immediate surroundings to like your larger community. And again, the people that lift you up and that just celebrate life, I'm getting. I mean, right, believe in magic, believe in the good that does exist in the world. And it's nothing more than just looking at it as like not crying over spilled milk. Like, people are going to be who they are, and you know, you don't have to keep enduring it over and over and over and like holding these wounds for a long time, right? This is persevering. He's a wounded warrior, and it's like this Queen of Pentacles reversed is she's been wounded, okay, in this reading, and wounded many, many times. And it's like it's time to cut out all of that, right? Just like this can be just like a sudden decision. Like, I'm just cutting that out and cutting those kind of people out. And it doesn't mean you're literally cutting them out of your life. I'm not going to cut this person out of my life. But I'm also not going to neglect my own needs. I'm not going to not stand up. And this is, you know, part of the message coming through for you too. Not stand up for my own needs and put other people's wants before mine. Like, there can be a balance, a happy medium, right? This Lovers came out reversed in the upright. The 6 is a number of balance, and it's both people having their needs met. And there hardly is any situation where a relationship cannot be put into balance, where both get what they need and what they want in that situation. So, Spirit, what's your advice on this reversed Queen of Pentacles? Okay, Page of Wands. Let me get 3. The Page of Wands is, it's a card of like curiosity and creativity and spontaneity and adventure. Okay, so the reversed Hierophant here, interesting. Like, this is like structure and order and like traditional ways of being. And I just heard relating that are outdated. See, there's something here with this queen and this king, right? Where like the feminine energy, I mean, this is how this is coming through, is like subjugating herself to this masculine energy. And I feel like Spirit is saying, it's funny, I put these cards down and I put them down like opposite of how I originally had them. It's like taking your place, like reclaiming your power, reclaiming your authority, right? Away from these like traditional ways where you had to defer to maybe somebody in authority. This was not my husband, by the way. Don't want anybody to think that. Yeah, but it's just, it can be that similar sort of dynamic where one person puts another person's needs above their own, maybe because it's just kind of always been done that way. If you think about like traditional, I mean, I hate to even call it that, but I think it just explains the kind of situations that people get in relationships. Like, if you look at your parents or their parents, there were certain expectations of ways that you needed to show up. Like, this can also be a card of marriage. So, and again, this wasn't my marriage, but people were expected to fill certain roles, right? And the Queen of Pentacles sometimes, so this may be a message for a feminine who puts other people's needs above their own. And Spirit's, you know, saying, no, you need to cut that out. And that's easier said than done sometimes, because we just get so ingrained in roles. And then when you try to stand up for yourself, and say that you're not going to accept that kind of behavior before, it can cause a little bit of an upheaval. This can sometimes be like an upheaval in the energies. Let me get one more on this reversed Queen of Pentacles, some advice here. Yeah, the Page of Wands, you know, pages are messengers, and it may be like sending someone a message about like what you won't tolerate anymore in a relationship. You're not going to be an overgiver anymore. Let me get one more. Wow. Okay, 3 cards came out, but the first one out was this one. This is equal give and take, right? There's definitely some kind of imbalance in a relationship here, and Spirit's calling you to take part in restoring that. The other 2 cards that came out with that were the Sun and the World. I mean, this is the happiest card in the deck, and this is reaching a like completion point. And it's like closing out a cycle where you were giving so much, like your cups were empty, and it's giving back to yourself. So this is definitely a message for someone who has been imbalanced in how much they're giving to a relationship. And it's time to pour back into yourself and find your own happiness, like end this cycle of overgiving. And the Sun's just coming through here to kind of say there's going to be like a happy resolution to this situation when you're brave. The Page of Wands is also a card about bravery. You can see the little salamanders on his tunic there, and that just signifies that he is protected from fire, right? So he can be brave. And that's just like a myth about the salamanders, that they are protected from fire, their skin. So it's like being brave, and just speaking up is how I'm getting this. And it may be like just like a spontaneous like thing that you say, and you know, you're not going to tolerate putting yourself last anymore. And I love that the Sun and the World are the end of the reading, and it's like this happy closure, and this is about your freedom. You're going to feel so much freedom and vitality and just like celebration, like the celebratory energy. And Spirit wants you to just focus on that, focus on your own happiness and you having a good time. And that doesn't mean that you aren't a loving, giving. The Queen of Pentacles is very kind and loving, but sometimes she can overgive, and it's time to give back to yourself and whatever relationship this is in your life. And also I wanted to mention my eye, in case I'm talking about this relationship that isn't going well. I have an infection in my eye. That's why my eye is red. Just thought I would mention that. Okay, so I'm going to leave this message here. I hope that resonated, and I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you really soon.